Hi everybody, I'm Cherie Carlson and I'm here with Fred Kiekhaefer, President of Mercury Racing, which is a division of the Brunswick Corporation. How are you, Fred?
Fine, thank you.
All right, so tell us about your background with Mercury Racing.
My background goes back a long way. When I was in high school, I used to drive endurance boats and rig race boats at Lake X, then worked as a design engineer when I was in college. I left the industry for a while after college, came back in, started my own company, and in 1983 and 1990 I sold my company to Mercury, and I've been the president of Mercury Racing ever since.
Now, your father, Carl, engineered more than 200 patents during his lifetime and developed the first sterndrive. Now, in the past 20 years, what would you say you're most proud of?
Well, on the product side, it's always the next one. Seriously, the NXT1 drive is probably the most recent accomplishment on the product side. But I'd have to say there's a whole string of engines that I've been proud of as well. Mm-hmm. The 525 EFI has become the base engine of the performance world. It's a rock-solid product that I'm very proud of. The technology confluence that enabled the 1075 and 850 and 1200 series, I mean, how can you not be excited about a super engine that runs like a Lexus? It's a pretty amazing product when you think about it. But beyond just product, I'm proud of the organization that we've been able to forge. It's always a risk when you bring a company to an entrepreneurial company, relatively small one, into a big conglomerate, to have the cultures mesh. And we've succeeded in doing that. We've kept the people that we wanted to keep after the company was acquired. And I found a lot of new friends here, my former competitors, who turned out to be pretty capable people when well led.
The Next One drive has worked excellent on certain types of holes, but not on all. Are you still working on correcting some of these handling issues?
Well, actually, in the production versions of the Next One, we've never had handling issues. Early in development, we had too small a skeg, and we enlarged that skeg to get directional stability on certain V-bottoms. We never had a problem with catamarans. We don't have a problem with anything that we've produced since we put the product into production. So there's a little bit of lingering reminiscence over some of the early installations, and a certain amount of education has been required of the OEMs. Anytime you bring out a new drive system with a different geometry, there is a learning curve associated with getting it right. And if you install the drives too high, you don't have any skeg in the water, it's difficult to control. A little bit like trying to race a car with the wheels jacked up off the ground. You got to be able to steer. You got to be able to have a skeg in the water to be able to steer. But the product has been fine. There's never been an issue with it in any of the production units that we've released.
So what are some of the advantages of being the only high-performance engine manufacturer to offer both outboard and stern drive?
Well, probably our biggest advantage may not be obvious. It's just the volume. That enables us to put engineering talents into pools and share them across both process technologies and product technologies. So we can share a hydrodynamics engineer in both outboards and stern drives. That volume gives us the ability to attract really good talent. When you attract good talent, you make better products. When you make better products, you attract better talent, and the cycle continues to evolve and improve as we learn every day. The experience gets richer.
Tell us about the challenges you're currently facing regarding the federal emissions restrictions.
Well, it's a major problem for manufacturers, mostly because we're a small industry. And as a small industry, getting people's judgments calibrated to the impacts we can truly have is a major issue for us. The technology is one thing, but getting the regulatory bodies to agree with one another worldwide is a whole nother deal. And if we can do things that make sense, we're more than happy to lead that process. And if we can't because it costs too much for the size of the market, we're left with no alternative but to exit those markets. So for us, we have both a compliance issue to deal with as well as a cost issue. We fully believe in the value of clean air and clean water. We want to help that environment because, let's face it, none of us wants to go boating in an unpleasant place. So for the sake of our own industry, we need to lead that charge. And we've been out there first and early with products like the Optimax direct injected two-strokes, which dramatically improved both the air quality as well as the fuel economy of these engines. We're happy to do the same things. We were the first to come out with a EU 662 certified stern drive engine for Europe, and with a product we're going to introduce very shortly, a noise reduction system that also brings us in compliance with the EU Craft Directive, and that'll be a pretty amazing product as well. So we need to be out there leading this, but we need to be practical because we are a small industry and there's only so much we can do to meaningfully change the quality of our environment.
Tell us about the new program, Factory Fresh.
Factory Fresh is a response to customer requests to have us bring engines back and freshen them up. And the belief has been that who better than the people who built it in the first place than those same engine technicians and engine mechanics bringing those engines back to like new performance levels. So it was really a response to consumers' requests. As the technology has gotten more sophisticated, there is value in bringing it back to the folks who understand it.
All right, everybody, this is Cherie Carlson with Fred Kiekhaefer signing out. He's the president of Mercury Racing, and we are in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.